In Mario Kart, you can select various elements when you're building your kart before you race. But the first thing that you pick is your character. And your character is more important than I would have thought. I mean, it's just the cute little person that's driving the kart, right? Except that it actually affects the game and the gameplay and how you play the game and how you even build the rest of your kart. Today on Geek Devotions, we're going to be discussing your identity in Christ and how that matters. Hello and welcome to Geek Devotions, the show from Devoted Geeks who are devoted to letting people know that they are loved. I'm Celeste and we are so glad that you have hit play today. Do us a favor, hit that like button, hit the subscribe button, and if you don't watch past this point, hey, you're loved. You're cared for. There is a plan and a purpose for your life. Now this is the start of Mario Kart Madness. All month long, we will be streaming or have someone streaming for us Mario Kart. And we will also be doing all of our devotions based off Mario Kart. Now, if you want to play with the people with us while we're streaming, go ahead and join our Discord so you can drop your friend link in and you can play with us. But let's get into the devotion. Like we said in the intro, the character selection makes a difference in how you race and even how you kind of get around the course. Like if you're a person who picks Baby Mario, then you will not be able to achieve the speeds of Adult Mario or even Metal Mario. But if you choose Metal Mario, you're not going to have the ease of handling that you have with Baby Mario. And that's just within the Mario. There are a ton of different characters. They all have different aspects and different things that they bring to the table. I didn't know that this was such a big deal, but Dallas went down a big rabbit hole and discovered all of this, and it's fascinating. As Christians, we strive to be Christ-like, which is the meaning of the word Christian. The first generation Christians decided to take the word and use it for their advantage, to identify themselves, but also to remind themselves who they were trying to imitate. And we need to remember that as modern day Christians, our identity is in Christ, but we also need to be imitators of Christ. Now, if you've been around a while, you know Dallas and I don't like to just throw out phrases and not break things down. We want you to understand what we're saying so that it makes more sense. So let's break this down. What it means to imitate Christ. Number one, remember that you're a child of God. In John 1:12, it says this, "But to all who did receive him, who believed in his name, he gave the right to become children of God." And it's important for you to remember that you are a part of God's family. I don't know about you, but I am 36 years old, and I still have people who come up and go, "Oh, you're Tammy's daughter, you're Bobby's daughter," my parents. And I'm a representation of them. At the same time, I'm also a representation of Dallas and I's family, the family we have together. And then I have the last name Mora, so I am a representation of our family of Moras. And it's important to remember that even amongst all of those things, I am a representation of the family of God. And while this can be a heavy thing, this can be something that can be condemning when you mess up, it's okay, because sometimes being human and messing up, but then handling it with grace and love and the things that you would naturally do that we've talked about before, it's a witness as well. So when you remind yourself to be an imitator of God, you have to ask yourself, am I being a good representation of the family of God? Number two, we strive to be sinless in our lives. Now, does this mean we're perfect? No, not at all. We mess up, we have bad days like we talked about in the last point. We say dumb things, but we should strive to not intentionally sin. Don't be one of those people who goes, "I'm going to go do this and I know it's wrong, but I'll ask for forgiveness later." That's not healthy for you physically, mentally, or spiritually. It's just not how you should do. And it also is not a good idea if you are a believer. And number three, we forgive. This one's hard because sometimes people are dumb and we don't want to forgive them. We don't think they deserve it. We think that they deserve whatever they get because they've hurt us. Or they've done something stupid. Maybe it wasn't even that they hurt us. Maybe they just did something that was so dumb that we're like, no, you don't deserve to be forgiven. Except when Jesus had the chance to not forgive somebody who very publicly and vocally denied him, he did. He forgave Peter. He gave him a chance to apologize and be forgiven. And as a result, Peter spread the gospel. Because of Peter being forgiven, we have the modern day church. And Peter could have done that without Jesus verbally forgiving him, but it would not have been as impactful. And honestly, probably would not have been as memorable or as good of an example. Again, we're trying to imitate Christ, and as a result, we need to do the things that Christ did. And that means that we need to forgive people and, when appropriate, restore them. Okay, guys, that was your devotion for the week. I hope you enjoyed it. Don't forget to check us out on all the socials and join our Discord if you want to play Mario Kart with us and our friends on Monday nights. We're going through, where are we going through? We're going through Peter, 1 Peter right now, ironically. Didn't use him as an example because of that, but we're going through 1 Peter right now. And we're going to have some friends streaming for us because Dallas and I are going to be going and ministering with a bunch of teenagers to kids and then ministering to the teenagers for 2 weeks. So we're going to have some friends who are going to stream for us, but it's going to be awesome. Also, check out the curriculum that we just created for people who were ministering to students. It's a really cool thing that we did. We did it with our students and they loved it. It's a lot of fun, and you're kind of going to get a taste of it with these devotions. Okay, well, it is time for the question of the week. The question of the week is this: who's your go-to character in Mario Kart? Personally, I love Inkling. Inkling is my homegirl. So, that's who I pick every time. I even pick her most of the time in Smash Bros. Because she's light and she can hop and twirl and get away from people. I was playing another fighting game with Dallas. I was playing Street Fighter, like just hitting each other, not each other, but like the characters. And I was like, I don't like this because the character can't jump up above you. I can't get away. So I can't hit and run. So yeah, that's my thing. What is yours? Okay, guys, all that being said, stay devoted, peace, and love.